Brands hatch in the rain. Hello there everybody and welcome to Overfed Gaming. I am the Overfed. Today we're driving a Alfa Romeo 155 TS. We're driving it in our semi-pro season. We're in a classic touring car event 2, round 1. We're driving it at the Brands Hatch Great Britain Indy Circuit. We're doing 6 laps. We're driving during the rain, and as you can see, a stormy, rainy day. And we started 11th of 22. Now I know that there's 6 laps, but these laps are very, very short, and they're not going to take very long to do. As we were discussing the intro, the first lap is almost done. Now, as we're coming up around the corner here, you will see the grandstand out in front. And when we started, we were 11th, and now we're 12th. So we dropped a position in our first lap. And as we're getting closer to the end of that lap, we're taking care of this one guy. So we're back in the same position, but we've wasted a lap. So we only got 5 to go. So you got to keep that in mind. 5 laps, 10 cars to pass, 2 cars per lap. But the rain is very hard, and it does make the track act a little bit different. Ooh, he rear-ended me there. I guess he didn't like me passing him. Now, going around corners when the track is wet, it will make your car slide a little bit more, as I leave the track a couple of times here and there because I wasn't quite in control. So you got to be careful of that, and you got to understand and realize that driving in Grid Legends, and any one of these cars can spin out or wipe out, run into another car, and then take 2 or 3 out at the same time. So you got to be aware of that and keep your eye on that they don't do that to you. Ooh, that guy's driving without a door. It's got to be awful moist when you're driving in this kind of weather. I used to avoid the races in the rain like this in these games because I didn't really care for them, but I didn't really care to drive some cars that I really like now too. And the rainy races are starting to grow on me. The graphics are absolutely fantastic. The dynamics of the track changes, so you have to keep that under consideration, and it just looks great. You know, it's always nice to have a sunny day, but these growly days are kind of cool too. So as we're coming around the corner here, we are quickly evaporating that 3rd lap, and half the race is gone. Now we have moved up a little bit as we're passing Valentin Manzi, also driving a Alfa Romeo. We are in 4th position with 3 cars left to pass. Can't quite get past him there. Now, if you've been paying attention to this track, there is not a lot of places where you can pass. This section you could if you're right behind a guy, but other than that it's really tough because it's a fast section of the track. It's really hard around corners for obvious reasons. So this here whole section you have to follow. And when you come around this here corner, you got a little bit of room if you're on the ball and you were paying attention. You can, well, there might have been enough room, maybe not. Okay? So, but you got to be ready for that. And then, of course, there's the grandstand. By the grandstand, there is a straight section where you can pass too. And that's the best one right here, is the best place to pass cars. So, when you've only got one spot that's really good for passing cars, you got to take advantage of it while you can, which is what we did. So we're now in our 5th lap. You think, you know, we got lots of time. Ooh, we overshot that corner just a little bit. Getting a little bit too anxious, want to catch up to this guy, because with a lap and a half left to go, you don't have a lot of time. And this guy is very fast, and he keeps zipping away on me. So I get a little bit anxious, and then sometimes I make some mistakes and I kind of drive off the track a little bit. So we got to try and combat that and just have a little patience. You're coming up to that straight section by the grandstand here, and as we're coming around the corner, this is the best opportunity to pass him. If you're going to do it, now is when we got to do it. So when we get ahead of them, though, you got to remember, just because you got the lead doesn't mean you're going to be able to keep it. So you have to Continue to race clean, because now you don't want to drive off the track, you don't want to spin out or anything, because he's only a second and a bit behind you, and he will pass you and you will not catch back up to him. So drive clean for the rest of the lap and take home the checkered flag. Opafet really loved this game. I love this particular race too. Starting to grow on me, all this rainy, messy, wet races are kind of fun. Different. I like it. I really enjoyed this one, and I hope you did too. Until the next time, you've been racing with the Opafet.